A few weeks ago, a neighbour of mine from back home died. He'd been quite ill for quite some time.
Oh, come on, Matt. Nobody wants to hear about Roger.
That's not how this works. I want to talk about it. If no one wants to listen, then they're free to switch off.
Fine, fine. Have it your way. Don't come whining to me when you get enough full views.
I won't. Anyway, back to my attempt at a touching tribute. Honestly, I can't find anything that I disliked about Roger. He was a very earnest man. His default setting was to be friendly to anyone and anything.
Oh, come on, he was a doddery old codger.
He was the embodiment of every positive cliche about elderly gentlemen. Always happy, always smiling, always waving out the window as I walked past the house. He always had time to chat and always greeted me with a hearty, "Hello, young man." He wasn't the kind of old person who sits around idly waiting for death. Whilst not massively physically active, Roger would potter about his garden as much as he was able to. He'd make music quizzes for people in retirement homes. Of all his positive qualities, I think it was that which endeared me to him the most. The fact that he was able to go and do these things for other people, and that he went and did them. He wasn't paid, he just did it because he could, because he wanted to. And considering he was still doing it up until the point when I left home a couple of years ago on a PC running Windows 2000, I'd say that's no mean feat. I confess I don't really know how to deal with this. I've never had anybody close to me die before, and at age 22 that's something of an accomplishment. Hell, the closest I've been to a tragedy was when my parents' friends divorced. She came running to my house in floods of tears, and my reaction was to give her a brew and tell her that I didn't want to know why, because I was fond of both of her parents. In fact, it wasn't until about 4 years later that I found out what had happened. Unfortunately, I know what happened to Roger. He was very ill for a very long time, and eventually he decided that he'd had enough. So yeah, a few weeks ago a neighbour of mine died. A friend of mine died, and he will be missed. But rather than mourn his loss, I'm going to do something I know how to do. I'm going to celebrate his life and raise a glass to his memory.